What specifically makes a great gravel bike? Well, that depends on how you define gravel. Are we talking smooth dirt roads that you can ride on an aero bike? Or are we talking about bombed out rock-strewn trails that most people would tackle on a full suspension rig? Our top 5 gravel bikes run the gamut, from bike-packing capable mules to aero race machines. Our only overarching criteria was that each bike handled the full range of gravel. No rebranded endurance road bikes with skimpy tire clearance allowed. Let us give credit where credit is due. Cannondale got out ahead of the gravel trend early compared to the other big bike companies. Sure, small brands like Salsa have been at it for years, but Cannondale's 650B front suspension drop bar bike pushed the gravel envelope early. With clearance for up to 42mm tires and 30mm of suspension at the lefty Oliver, the Slate gives you options. So about those small brands that have been banging the gravel drum for years. Salsa has a whole range of gravel bikes. While the Warbird is the American company's gravel racer, the Cutthroat is its burly bike-packing brother, designed for ultra-endurance races like the Tour Divide. There's no mistaking this guy for an endurance road bike. Consider 445mm chainstays, 4-bottle capacity on small frames, and 5 bottles on the medium through extra large frames. It's rack ready, it's top tube bag mount ready, it's ready for 1 or 2 chainrings. With its slack geometry and enormous clearance for up to 2.4-inch tires plus mud, the Cutthroat is essentially a rigid 29er with drop bars. If your idea of a great ride finishes on a completely different day than when it began, check out the Cutthroat. Specialized introduced its Future Shock on the Roubaix endurance road bike, and while some of the BikeRadar crew loved it, others, me, found it a little weird for a road bike. But some small suspension for the gravel? Now we're talking. The Future Shock is still undamped here, but the Diverge has a stiffer spring better suited to chunky gravel. With a low bottom bracket and a slack front end for stability in the rough stuff, and tire clearance for 42mm 700C tires, or 47mm in 650B, the Diverge is starting to live up to its name. On the far opposite end of the spectrum, from Cutthroat's strap-on-your-tent and sleeping bag and kitchen sink ethos, you have the 3T Exploro, an aero gravel race bike. Sure, you can find plenty of stiffer, lighter endurance road bikes that might be faster on light-duty gravel, but the Exploro is a legit gravel bike. This guy comes with 47mm tires and 700C, or up to 2.1 inches in 650B. 3T claims the Exploro with 40mm knobbies and 2 water bottles is faster aerodynamically than a round tube road bike with 28mm tires and no bottles, when tested at real-world gravel race speeds of 20 miles an hour. A few companies have gravel race bikes that aren't too dissimilar from road bikes, stiff and fast. And some of the smaller core gravel brands have gone off the deep end with bike packing weirdness. But if somewhere in between sounds right to you, let me introduce you to the Goldilocks of gravel, the Norco Search XR. The Search can handle big tires if you want that, and mounts can be added at discrete points if you like to add fenders or load on racks. And yes, you can stack up on bottle cages on the fork as well as the frame. But the Norco is an excellent all-around gravel bike that is a joy to ride, damping the rough chatter a bit without feeling like a plodding mule. In addition to size-specific frame designs, this Canadian company offers size-specific wheel choices, so shorter riders can get the same geometry as larger riders without toe overlap. Pack it, race it, ride it wherever you like.